Hi everyone. Today's message is going to be on waiting. And I'm just going to say up front, this message might not be the most positive one. So if you only like positivity, then you might want to turn this off. I'm an ENFJ and I have a hard time waiting. And maybe I'm an unusual ENFJ. I don't know if other ENFJs have this issue, but I suppose that most extroverted judging types, ESFJs, ENTJs, ESTJs, and ENFJs all have some difficulty with waiting and anticipating. I think also ISTJs, ISFJs, INTJs, and INFJs might also have trouble with waiting. Maybe the introverted types don't have as much trouble, or maybe they just don't verbalize it as much. But I know that some of us types have a lot of difficulty with waiting. And I can't tell you how many messages I've heard on the topic of waiting, and they all want you to be positive. I know there are some people out there who feel like life is not being fair to you, where the results are not coming as quickly as you want them to. There's some people out there who are wrestling with themselves, like, why can't I be who I want to be? Why won't what I want materialize? Why is everyone else getting it? Why am I not? Now, I will tell you that sometimes we do wait because there's something bigger and better that's gonna come, and it's gonna take a little time. And sometimes we have to wait for something great because it's going to be better than you can ever imagine. But I'm here to talk about the frustration of it, because that's the part of the message that people like to skip over and pretend like that area doesn't exist. And it does exist. So I can tell you, I've heard hundreds of messages on, it's coming, it's gonna happen, be positive, be grateful for everything you have. Okay, well, we should be grateful for everything we have. And you should write it down. Take a few minutes and make a list of all the things that you're grateful for. But while you're waiting on that thing that you want so badly, then it's not going to make that heartache or that frustration go away. You can lie and pretend like it's not there, but it's still there. So, as I was preparing this message, I made a list of all the things I could think of that people are waiting for. So, people are waiting for that new job, they're waiting for their kids to grow up and move out, they're waiting for a husband or a wife, they're waiting to get to have children, they're waiting to finally get that new house, they're waiting for their finances to be in order, they're waiting to get a new car because their car is falling to pieces. They're waiting to move into a better neighborhood. They're waiting to hear some type of result that they're afraid to hear. They're waiting for that noisy neighbor to finally move. They're waiting for their children to act better. They're waiting for that spouse to start treating them right. They're waiting to lose all the weight that they want to lose. They're waiting to make new friends because they feel lonely. The list goes on and on and on. So I am with you. Waiting is not easy. And any message that you hear about waiting is on how positive you should be while you're waiting. And to some extent, that's true. But I think you first have to acknowledge that it is frustrating and it's painful and it's annoying. Like, I think as an ENFJ, and I think INFJ struggle with this as well, is that fakeness. Like, I don't want to be fake. I don't want to lie. I don't want to pretend like I'm not feeling what I'm feeling. Now, I can practice positivity and I can figure out some ways to flip things so that I can be a better waiter. Sometimes I gotta have a moment to feel what I'm feeling. So this message today is about allowing yourself 10 minutes. And I say 10 minutes because the world says you can never be negative or honest about how you really feel. You're required to lie about it so that whatever it is that you're waiting for will come true. Well, in this moment, I don't feel like lying. Some people will say that what I wanted came true because they believed it would happen and they remained faithfully positive. That's awesome. And my question is, how long did you have to wait? Because waiting and anticipating is hard for me. Do I think you can manifest some things? 110%. I feel like there are a lot of things that I've manifested in my life and I've gotten them like that. But I'm talking about there are some things, there are some unanswered prayers, there are some things that you have to wait on because the stars have to align, and they're not going to align overnight. Sometimes it takes 5 years, 10 years, decades for everything to line up in the right way. Sometimes there are some other purposes going on, some other things that have to happen so that someone can get to the place when they're ready or they're ready for you. So there are other factors that come into play that you can't just dismiss. And when you are manifesting positivity and manifesting your destiny, you are sometimes disregarding all these other factors that are coming into play, like free will. I can't tell you how many times I've seen people in bad relationships where they're praying for that person to finally turn around and be better, and they're believing for it, and it never happens. God gives us free will. There are some realistic factors that are in play. Now, I've seen some Myers-Briggs types with very calm temperaments, like some ISTPs and some ISFPs and some ESFPs, and maybe the whole SP family that can be great at waiting and being calm and just going with the flow. Like, what can I do about it? That's their attitude sometimes, is there's nothing I can do about it. So why am I going to be upset? Why am I going to be worried? Why am I going to be frustrated? Well, that's their temperament. They are great at that. And sometimes I envy them. Like, why can't I be that calm? And you know what? There are some ENFJs that say that they feel calm all the time and they have an easy temperament. Well, great for you. You are one lucky ENFJ. But I am not always good at that. I have some easygoingness in me too, but when it comes to waiting, I am not good at that. If someone's not feeling well or they haven't felt well for years, for a long period of time, it's going to be hard for them to just manifest destiny on a continuous 100% basis, where it's like, just keep believing, you're going to feel better one day. You know what? This hurts. Like, I'm in pain. Like, this is interrupting my life. Like, this is in the way. I don't even feel the same mentally. This has changed me biologically in some ways to go through something like this. And a lot of people will say you're having to wait on things or feel a lot of pain because it's going to make you better. It's like pressure on a diamond, or waiting for that good thing that you're going to come out better. But the truth is, waiting creates bitterness. I think waiting creates aging and fatigue and loss of interest and confusion. Let's just acknowledge the truth today, because sometimes it feels better. You can handle waiting better if you acknowledge the truth. And that is that it is difficult. It is hard waiting for something that you want. Anticipation is very hard for me as an ENFJ as well. I don't like anticipating anything. Once I'm there and I can have some control, it's happening, then I can usually handle it better. It's the anticipation for me as an ENFJ that absolutely drives me nuts. And that's not something that I've been able to just get rid of very easily. It's like, I need to get that over with. And unfortunately, I think a lot of extroverted Js experience that same thing. Also, other J types, we have a hard time relaxing that piece of ourselves and just turning that dial off, because it's the waiting, it's the anticipation, it's the nerves, it's the not knowing, it's the unknown that is awful. I know sometimes there are people out there giving messages about how you should wait for what they already have, and you look at how long they're waiting and you look at how long you're waiting, and you're thinking, yeah, you can be positive because you got what you wanted, but you got it a whole lot quicker than I did. So you don't understand what waiting is. I mean, I know people who have been waiting for 20 years to get their finances together, and it's still a problem and a struggle. And as an ENFJ, I don't like hypocrites. And maybe that's not an ENFJ thing, that's a Tamara thing. For example, like, I'm scared of bugs, you're scared of rats, but when it comes to my fear, you tell me I should get over it. But when that rat comes in the room, you're standing in a chair. We have to be compassionate and understanding of each other's plights in life, not arrogant when it's not your own. I think we have to have some understanding. So even though I've never, knock on wood, had financial issues, I'm not gonna look down on someone who does. I mean, I might try to give them some pointers or a few tips of things that have helped me, but I'm not gonna degrade them for being sad or upset or hurt or angry because they inherited some issues or some things that weren't in their control. I think we have to be understanding of each other. So if you've got a friend or a loved one who's waiting for something today, acknowledge it. Have some compassion today. Let them know, I understand it's hurtful and it's so hard waiting for what you want. I get it. It's tough. Just acknowledge it and have some compassion. And then also give them some encouragement. Check out this elephant. Have you ever been in his shoes?
Waiting is not easy. I have a surprise for you. Yay, what is it? The surprise is a surprise. Is it big? Yes. I cannot wait. You will have to. Wait, but why? The surprise is not here yet. So I will have to wait for it. Oh well, if I have to wait, I'll wait. I am waiting. Waiting is not easy. Piggy, I want your surprise now. I am sorry, Gerald, but we must wait. Groan. I am done waiting. It's getting dark. We have wasted the whole day. We have waited and waited. And for what? For that.
So I pray that whatever you're waiting for comes true and that it's as amazing as the stars in the sky. If you know someone who's been waiting for something, share this video with them. Hit the thumbs up button and remember to subscribe. Thanks for watching Tams PsychAdvice. Until next time, bye.